Good evening and welcome to Accelerated Wealth. We are so excited you're here. Thank you for coming. My name is David Fansler and we have a guest host with us tonight. His name is Justin Ross. Justin is Vice President of Marketing and Training in Colorado Springs. We want to take care of a few housekeeping items before we get started. You'll find that everybody has in their packet a retirement workbook. Pull it out, we're going to use it. You're going to have opportunities to write different things in it. We're going to show you different things. You might want to make notes, you might want to make comments. Also, please make sure all cell phones are turned off or silenced. We would greatly appreciate that. If you need to get up, please feel free to do so. You don't have to, feel that you're confined. The restrooms are out the door and down the hall. And the last thing is for everybody, to put everybody at ease as far as the housekeeping ideas, is that, tonight is not a sales presentation. We really want to just share with everybody some new perspective on retirement, to give you a new view, a new perspective on your retirement. So with that, I just want to say that, again, welcome, and I appreciate you're here. Our mission at Accelerated Wealth is to have long-term financial security. Let's say that, everybody. Long-term financial security. Man, it just makes you smile, makes you feel good. We have a lot of, just let me tell you a little bit about me. I've been working with financial aspects for about 25 years. I've moved forward into helping people with their retirements, helping people secure their long-term financial stability. Justin Ross he'll come up and he'll tell you a little bit about himself. As far as us as a company, you have in your retirement book, there's all kinds of information there. We're a AAA rated company. We're rated with the Better Business Bureau. We're also rated with Heartland Financial. We have all kinds of accolades that we have in there. So please, make sure you check us out. Accelerated Wealth is a different type of firm. We are a wealth strategy firm. And we're different from most investment firms. One of our biggest differences is that we look at a holistic approach. We take the approach and we look at your finances from a holistic viewpoint. Most investment firms, really all they're trying to do is get you into the hottest, most recent investment that they're trying to push. Whether it's based on the commission level they get or the dollars that they have to have under management. So our philosophy is that we really work to help you strategically find where you're unknowingly or unnecessarily transferring your wealth, plug those holes, and build a financial secure long-term stability. Most financial advisors are looking at capturing 3% of a person's annual income, the 3% investment that people make in their annual income. What we do is we take a different strategy. We make sure we look at debt, we make sure we look at taxes, make sure we look at losses and fees in the marketplaces and other things, so that we build a holistic viewpoint for you. We try to plug all of the holes. We try to plug the drains. Tonight is about, getting a different perspective. Tonight is about maybe seeing something a little differently than you've ever seen it before. So I have a short little story I want to share with you. And this story is, there was a U.S. naval battleship that was on patrol in the northern Atlantic. And the radar personnel person, he's sitting at his radar and he sees a blip come up on his radar. And it's right in direct path with the battleship. And so the radio person gets on the con and he says, calls out to the blip, and it says, you need to change your course. This is a U.S. battleship, we're on maneuvers, you need to change your course. And the response comes back and said, we're not changing our course. You have to change your course. And so, they go up higher in command and, get on the con again and say, you know, this is a United States battleship. You have to change your course. We are on a direct collision course with you. A few seconds later, the other ship calls back and says, you know, we're not changing course. You have to change your course. Finally, the captain, he's furious at this time. Captain gets on and goes, this is captain of the United States battleship. You change your course immediately, or I will take whatever action to defend my ship and to protect my people. And there was a brief silence and a brief pause, and the guy on the other end comes back. He goes, this is first class seaman O'Reilly, and I'm a lighthouse. So, Captain, you decide. I can't move. What happened in that moment? What happened in that instance? The captain was on a collision course and had all right, because of everything had all right to continue on that course. But in that moment and in that instance, his eyes were changed, his perspective was changed. So hopefully tonight, we're going to offer you a change of perspective. We're going to offer you a change of vision. Maybe you've seen retirement centers maybe you've seen retirement centers that you go to and it's all about investment. You know, the Morgan Stanleys, the Edward Jones, all of these different peoples are about specifically investment. Again, we look at a whole picture. So hopefully tonight, we'll give you the opportunity to look at your whole picture. So one of the first things that we like to talk about is retirement killers. So anybody have any retirement killers that they think would kill or sacrifice the retirement?
Illness.
What is it?
Illness.
Illness. Catastrophic illness. What about loss of capital or fees in the marketplace?
So stock market crash.
What about taxes?
Caring for aging parents.
Okay, caring for aging parents. What about inflation? How many of you know how much a Coke, what was the lowest price you paid for a Coke? Ever?
10 cents.
10 cents? And what do we pay for it today? 75, $1, $1.50? So inflation. What about, so we have catastrophic illnesses, loss of capital and fees, taxes, inflation. Let's get a couple, caring for a parent, let's get a couple more in here. How about longevity? You know that the number one fear in the United States, even greater than the fear of speaking in public, the number one fear in the United States is that you'll outlive your money. And let's look at one more. The last one we want to look at is loss of spouse. Okay, so those are 6 retirement killers that could totally destroy your retirement. All right? So what we want to do is we're going to kind of look and address each one of these. So we're kind of go over and talk about them. How many people think that taxes are going to go up? Everybody think taxes are going up? It is estimated at this point that there's going to be $1.2 trillion in new taxes in the next 2 or 3 years. So taxes is a big thing. How many people would like to protect their assets from taxes and the increase in taxes? So taxes is a big one. How many people have lost money in the last 10 years due to the stock market? How many people lost, most people lost about 30%. Did you lose about 30% or 40%? Okay? So that's a huge loss in your retirement. What about loss of a spouse? How many people know that if you have a pension, specifically a pension or something like that, if the spouse that has the pension dies, the pension doesn't necessarily transfer to the surviving spouse. Okay? So we're going to talk about all of these issues. Let me take this up here. Okay. When you go to a financial advisor, what is their first typical question? The first typical question to most financial advisors is, what is your risk tolerance? Okay? We kind of take a different approach. The risk tolerance is based on a modern portfolio theory that was developed in 1952. Basically, this theory states that if you're invested, you want to be diversified. So what most people do is, this is their nest egg. And we have large cap, small cap. We have bonds. We have international.